In this video, I'm going to talk about the growth curve. It has been our experience that every business follows broadly the same growth curve from when they start out to when they ultimately exit. So what I want to describe to you is the growth curve of a business as it happens. So initially, you sit in a pub and you've had a business idea. You're chatting over with somebody else. And at that point, you've probably got a great idea, but no money. Now, if you're lucky, you've been able to get some early investment, but the chances are you're going to have to start with a demand on the business that is greater than the money you have available. The chances are you're not really selling much either. So investment outstrips sales, and indeed the resulting net profit that might come from those sales. So what you see is a genuine decline in the net profitability of the business. In fact, I see business plans that argue that they can remain in negative land for up to 3 years before they break even. It's a brave move in a modern world today. So what happens is you generally see a slow decline towards less money, spending more than you earn. For most businesses, this cannot go on. So inevitably, that downward trend turns and starts to go back up again. And within a period of time, you suddenly find yourself crossing the break-even line, when in fact, your sales and their resulting profit covers all of your costs. Net profit left over after all of the activities of the business. And so you push for more growth. And this tends to plateau out after a relatively short period of time. And let me tell you why. Because somehow the psychology of the business, and indeed the business owner, changes. Where once you might have been working from home, you get an office. Or if you've not had a personal assistant or a secretary or a receptionist, you place investment in those sorts of things. You take on more staff. You move to newer, larger premises. You order more goods, more services to help feed this animal. This costs more money, so your costs go up, your sales go up, and there's a chance that eventually your limiting resource is discovered and you plateau out. Most businesses are plateaued out. They flatline, with costs equaling sales, sales equaling costs, net profit broadly sticking at a relatively low level. For some business owners, that's just not good enough. And so what they do is they spend time systemizing and putting in processes to enable them to cross the next chasm. Chasm 2, we call this. This is where you systemize everything. Your marketing becomes systemized. You find a way of automating, generating new prospects and turning them into long-term, loyal, paying prospects. In the UK, only 1 in 1,600 businesses crosses Chasm 2. Because if you do, and you've systemized everything, you'll suddenly find that the whole growth curve goes shooting up in the air, and you start to make big, proper money. You take on more staff, you grow, and this will carry on for quite some time as you grow and you grow and you grow and you grow. But eventually, even that becomes too much, and you flatten out and plateau at that stage. And this is Chasm 3, because then you're at your fullest limit. Your limiting resource is stretched to its maximum. You can't really take on more people. You can't really sell more products and services because you're near saturation through your distribution channels. So the line flattens out again. And if you take your eye off the ball, it starts to decline very rapidly. So you're forever fighting to keep it at least at flat, if not push it up again. This curve represents the curve that nearly all businesses are sitting on at some stage in their business development. you should take a look to see where you are on that curve. Because if you're pre-Chasm 1, you can probably rely on word of mouth, friends and family for all your sales. If you're pre-Chasm 2, then your marketing is slightly different. You need to automate it a little bit. It's only when you cross Chasm 2 and head towards Chasm 3 where you really have to automate it. You can't rely on people in the business to do your marketing for you. You're going to need a fully fledged broadcast media campaign. It's why we see so few. And once you reach Chasm 3 at the very top, then you're going to have to pull out all the stops to keep everything going. See where you are on the growth curve